So today we're going to replace the ignition control module on this 95 Yukon here. It's not that hard. It's underneath the rotor and the distributor. You gotta take the cap off, take the rotor, and there's two screws. Distributor on these TBIs, well, the Vortecs also, and the back over here. So you take the cap off and I'll show you where it's located and how to do it. So there's two screws for the distributor cap, and they have a Phillips head that you can use, or you can use a 7/32, which is what I used. 7/32. I unplugged the ignition coil just to make it a little bit easier, and just lift the cap off. So just move the cap out of the way, and then the module is this one here. It has this screw, these two plugs, and this one here. So on my distributor, it was in there sitting like this. It has two of these screws, and they're also 7/32. You undo these two plugs, and then this lifts, and you could turn it a little bit to get to this one, because it has these pins that locate it. Hong Kong. No wonder it failed. Don't be getting these from AutoZone or any of those auto parts stores. Unless they have an AC Delco, but get a genuine one. They last longer and they're just better quality. So this is what I'm replacing it with. There's a part number. Got it from Rock Auto. That's what you want, a genuine part. These fail too, but they last longer and they're just better quality than those other ones. Oh, and it comes with a thermal paste. That's good, you need that. So the base of the distributor is actually like a heat sink, and you put the thermal paste on here, and it transfers heat from here to the base of the distributor, and that's how it dissipates the heat. I see there was no thermal paste on here, so that's probably why this one failed. And then it vents through this little hole here, vents out the heat. But this whole piece of this whole metal base absorbs the heat from that ignition control module, so that's how it stays cool. But you need to put the thermal paste. So I'm gonna clean this off with some brake clean, and then put some thermal paste and install the part. Remember in the beginning of the video, the ignition coil is just kind of sitting on top of the distributor there. Well, the coil goes mounted to the intake manifold, but if you know these TBI engines, you'll see that this is not a TBI intake manifold. And if you know these two bolts that are facing straight down, oh, this leak's been repaired. It was just this hose clamp that was loose. This is these are Vortec heads. So because I changed it to the Vortec, well, it's actually a whole Vortec engine. It's out of a '99 Suburban, but You put a carburetor intake manifold with an adapter, then you can make the throttle body work with it. So I've never really had a place to mount the coil ever since I did this, and I kind of just been putting it off. So what I'm gonna do is extend all the wires for the coil. This is one that goes from, this is the distributor side here with the two, well they're both two, but the small one. And then this is the coil side here, is the big one. Because on these coils, has the two connectors, the gray one and the black one. So this one I'm going to extend it. And to extend this pigtail, this is the part number here. And what it is it's the black one that goes, I don't know, here. Yeah, it goes on this side, on the coil. And then I'm just going to extend it, cut this off, and then extend it just a little bit to give me more room. And then I'll extend the one that comes from the vehicle's harness, the gray one, which is that one there. I have a pigtail for that as well. And this is the part number here to extend the harness, the gray one that comes out of the vehicle. So I'll put this in, and it'll just give me a little more room to be able to move the coil around instead of just having it there, because I really don't have a place to mount it. I might mount it on these two screws here, or I don't know, I'll figure something out. Been looking all over for these wire cutters and these connectors here, and then I remembered the last time I used them was when I did the sequential lights on the Impala. So I'll have some more Impala content coming soon. Just stuff's on order and back order, and stuff's expensive, but it's coming. Alright, here it is with the extension. I put some zip ties on there to kind of keep the wires tight because I don't have heat shrink or black tape. And then I'll instantly regret this when I have my hand in there to do something and it cuts me, but this is how I'm going to do it for the moment. So I'm going to use this coil instead of the original one. I remember when I rebuilt this engine like a year ago or whatever it was, 2 years ago. I told myself then I was going to use this coil, and I put the bracket on there, and that's as far as I got. I tried to look for somewhere to mount it. There's not really anywhere to mount it, so it just sat in the box. So what I think I'm going to do is those two holes right there, I'm going to see if I can mount this there, and then maybe take the bracket off and turn it so that it's not like this, but it's like this, upright. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, so this doesn't really fit, and then this is too big, so I think I'm going to drill through this, and then maybe drill another hole here, or open this up, something like that to make this fit. Yeah, I'll make a template first and then go from there. So I'm just going to rip this piece off, smash it on there, and then use that as my template. So I kind of just smashed this in there so I could get the size. And then I'll go in the garage and figure something out. It looks like it's gonna rain. Probably. So based on what the cardboard is telling me, I can probably just water out this tab here. Or maybe cut off a little bit of it and then make it higher. I think I'm just gonna do that. So while the paint's drying, I came and spliced in this other one, the one that goes through the vehicle's harness. Alright, that's what I came up with. Well, after all that, I could only find one nut to hold it, but it seems pretty secure on there. In the future, I'll make a mental note and get another one. So let's see if it fires up. Alright, well, job well done. Also, if you have any questions about these old throttle body trucks and getting the Vortec heads on here or doing the Vortec V8 swap, drop me a comment. I'll be glad to tell you any issues that I ran into, you know, what headers I'm using, what adapters I'm using. I also have a spacer under there, what intake I'm using, what camshaft I'm using because I changed the cam. If you have any of those kinds of questions, let me know. I'll be glad to help you. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you. If you're replacing that ignition control module, or if you had any doubts about doing it, it's very simple. So thanks for watching and have a good day.